Ooh, guys, it is quite warm. It's only like 7 a.m. It must have been 90 degrees at 6 a.m. I'm gonna try and get up north. Right now I'm right outside Mesquite, Nevada, about to cross into Utah. I'm trying to get up north to escape the heat. Maybe I can get some wind in some of the lakes in Utah. It's possible. There's a lake called Joe's Valley Reservoir, which was really windy when I went there to rock climb a few years ago. There's a couple other lakes around Fish Lake that look maybe like they have a chance of wind this afternoon. And then we might try and do a sunset hike at Royal Arches National Park. Not Royal Arches, that's a rock climb in Yosemite. I meant Delicate Arch. Awesome hike. And then we're going to head into Colorado. It seemed like it was windy, but now I'm not so sure. I mean, well, there's a gust. I don't know where to launch, if it's better to be closer to where the wind's coming from or a little further down where maybe it's steadier. All right, I'm glad my GoPro still works. After the last session, going from like the cool Malibu air to the super hot Mojave, there was actually a bunch of condensation inside the LCD and even in where the battery was, but I just stuck it in the sun and left it open for a while, and hopefully it didn't short. It's been a while since I tried one. At least now I can get the thorn out of my foot. Going from no wind to quite a lot of wind. Some of those gusts were probably up by 25, 30. Alright, I'm going to get back upwind before this thunderstorm moves in all the way, because I don't know, it might kill the wind, and I don't want to paddle out here in this cold water. This is what's great about foiling and winging. Like, I didn't know anything about this place. I looked at the map and saw some lakes that looked like they were in some valleys, and checked the forecast, and it looked like maybe there would be some wind. Sure enough, we're on foil on a beautiful lake that we've never been on before. Just cruising around. Here comes a gust. Let's get upwind. I used to do a lot of rock climbing, and the winging is so much better. These road trips, rock climbing, you climb all day in the desert, you're like sweating, you're working hard, you're hiking a long way, and then your feet are just disgusting from sweating inside the climbing shoes, and then you're just gonna like hop in your tent and go to sleep, and it's just disgusting. Winging, just chill, it's so chill. Gives you an excuse to come to somewhere beautiful, and then you get a shower, you get a bath. Now I'm gonna go there and like put on some deodorant and clean up a little bit, and I could go to a bar now, or whatever. I don't go to really bars that much anymore, but it's just great. It's just pure pleasure instead of hard work. You can see the storm clouds moving in. I don't know if they're going to hit us or kind of stay on the other side of that hill, but you can see why I wanted to get in. Yeah, it's a great spot. I could just camp here for the night. It's pretty chill. I don't know. I'm going to see what time it is and if I want to go hike, not Royal Arches. What's a Delicate Arch? Delicate Arch in the morning or tonight. So I'm going to think about that. Yeah, the only negative about this place is the damn hidden thorns in the ground. You can't even see them. I got about 5 different little thorns in my foot. This might be why I feel like I needed more shim on my chopped tail. If you look here, you can see my fuse is kind of pulling. So it's pointing a little bit more down than it should be. Probably just from jumping a lot.
You know, looking at it on video now, it actually is pointed more down, so it should be adding more front foot. I might just need to move the mast forward because this board is set up for a forward mast.
I do have another fuse that Patrick, Foil With Me, sold me for a discount, but the darn fuse, the second screw hole is got a broken drill bit in there, so it's useless. It needs to be retapped. But this is just a single. Look at this. There we go. That's much better. This is just a single screw fuse, so I think it's just getting a lot of torque on it. The double screw fuse would be way better. So I don't know. I may try the other one and see if it works better. It is so nice to be out of that 104-degree heat. I can camp in my car again and not have to get a hotel room. And yeah, this place is beautiful. Piute State Park. I could definitely just camp here for the night, but I didn't really drive very far today. I think I can drive up to Arches National Park area. Whether or not I do the hike tonight or tomorrow morning, I'll have to decide. I'm going to take a look on the internet, see which is a better view for the sunrise or sunset. Not a bad way to start the morning, start the day. Woke up at 3 a.m. without the alarm, so that was good. It was still hot in the car. And then I got up here and I started the hike, and it was actually pretty chilly. I guess there's an altitude difference. Yeah, very reminiscent of my last trip where I started in Zion and then I went to Lake Powell, and it was miserably hot. And I had like a bit of a breakdown. I was like, what am I doing? Why am I getting on the road for a month? This is miserable. And then I came up here and it was nice. And then I went up to Provo, and the trip was pretty great from then on out. But yeah, feels good to be a little chilly. And then we'll head over to Colorado after this. Still winter conditions in the mountains of Colorado. What is that back there? Is that the Diamond? Is that a Long's Peak?
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? It looks tall, though. Colorado was a big fail. I got COVID or the flu or something. The weather was bad. It was cold. I was like, I didn't feel like meeting up with those guys out at Soda Lake for a dawn patrol session when it's cold and not windy, and I'm sick.
Not quite windy enough. It's like almost windy enough. There's some wind, but it's not really enough I think I got on the road a little bit late. I think it might have been pretty good earlier, but I've been a little sick. I got like COVID or the flu or something when I was in Colorado, hanging out in Boulder, just doing stuff around there. And it was kind of a bust for wind. It was not very windy. They do dawn patrol at Soda Lake outside Denver. And honestly, it just looked so cold and not that good. And yeah, they had a big meetup and I was going to go see them and stuff, but it just didn't look like a good time. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer about this spot because it's really nice, big old lake. I'm sure that when it blows, it gets some decent swell and stuff. So, you know what? I just say that, and now I see a kite surfer out there. What the heck? He looks like he's struggling, though. I don't want to walk all the way down there, but maybe you can see his kite. Yeah, right down there. You can see his kite over there. He was diving it up and down, though. I came over to parking lot 14, a little bit better angle to the wind, and it looks a little better here. I mean, like, look, the trees are moving. So, I don't know, maybe I'll give it a shot. One of the kites is now down in the water, so that's not a good sign. I don't know if this is going to work. I hope we at least get on foil. All we're trying to do is get on foil. Yeah, as we get further out, it feels a little better. Thought for a second we might be able to do it. Well, we knew that was a pool of air in from the get-go, but felt good to get in the water. It's gonna be time to get some new wings for sure. Might throw some aqua seal on this one and see if that at least improves the situation. You can see, I think there's just a little bit of a gap in the seal. I'm not sure if it's between here or right there. But I'm gonna put some aqua seal on it, see if that helps. It's actually shoe goo. All right, I put quite a bit of aqua seal on this thing. We'll see if that does anything at all. I have my doubts, but I don't know, maybe it'll help. I also used my other fuse, and you can see it's a lot straighter. Still not perfect. There's still a little bit of an angle there. And it's got play in it because it doesn't have that second screw, actually. So that's not going to work either. Hi, Patrick. I think I'm going to get to wing today. After I go to the bathroom. Oh, look at that little dandelion. It's nice. This is Branch Oak Lake outside of Lincoln, Nebraska. It looks windy enough. What a great spot. Look at this. This is beautiful. I got the whole place to myself. No one around. Green, trees. There's frisbee golf, archery. This place is killer. I'm stoked to get on the water. Yeah, that's white capping. Looks great. I'll probably rig big, but it looks good. I've really enjoyed Nebraska. Kind of surprised how much I like it. Like straight out of a movie where someone like works on a farm from like small town and grew up on a farm. Straight out of that. Super green, flat, but a few trees here and there. And they got these great little wilderness like park kind of things where you can camp for 3 days, so it's great for van life. And yeah, now we got this great spot to wing. All right, the wind picked up a little bit. It looks really good. Probably don't even need the 6. Good news is the aqua seal fix seems to have stopped the valve leak, at least temporarily. Bad news is when I was pumping the wing up, I heard a stitch or two pop, and I don't know where. So hopefully I don't get stuck out there and have to paddle in. Pretty good conditions out here. I could be on a smaller wing of 5 for sure, maybe smaller, but I keep hitting something. I think it's fish or something. I thought maybe there was something wrong with my foil at first, but I think there's like some fish or something I keep hitting. Okay, I definitely hit a fish there. Today might be a good day to work on sitting down, right? Something that's pretty hard for us bigger, right? Yeah, that was great. I could still be out there, but once my battery dies and I'm out there alone, I get kind of bored. I worked on some strapless stuff, just kind of get back in the groove. I'll tell you what, after you're getting over a sickness, going winging is great because you take some falls and then it just flushes out all that COVID crud. Yeah, don't sleep on Nebraska. It's pretty dang good. They got some good lakes for winging and good wind, especially, in the summer. I wouldn't want to do it in the winter. Yeah, that's probably the end of this video. Next, we'll probably head up to the Great Lakes and see if we wing with the Mac Kite guys, or I don't know. We'll see.